Previously on Southend United Road to Glory career mode. After selling Nathaniel Richards for a wad of cash, we went on a spending spree. We ended up in the previous episode signing Delafeu, Vilena, Toko, and Matthias Johansson. So that wrapped up transfers for this season. What we have now is what we're hopefully going to be going into the Premier League with, but only time will tell. That's what happened last time, and let the glory continue. Hey guys, how's it going? Master Bucks here, and welcome back to the Southend career mode, of course. Yep, welcome to it. We have now wrapped up the Southampton stuff. Before I talk a little bit about that, have a look at my team. This is how it was looking after the January transfer window for our third season, and I'll tell you what, we are now really putting together. I definitely was able to get a little bit of depth after we brought in so much money, like 15 million. I think in the end, the actual money that we got back from the sale of Nathaniel Richards was about 12.5, and yeah, not bad. We're getting $12.5 million for sticking with a player that I bought in a free agent, from the free agents. And technically I didn't buy him. I just picked him up and paid his wages. And in the end, I got 12 million for him. And he ended up being a terrific player. And in the end, we ended up getting a bloke like Tony Vilena, who scores a goal in the 34th minute, hits the crossbar with his pleasure. And yeah, so in the first half, in a very rainy sort of game, unfortunately, against Cardiff City in the Empower League, we will be, of course, going into the halftime at 1-0, which is pretty good. I gave Mosen a game today as well, and holy shit, he nearly scored there, but some good goalkeeping from their keeper. And yeah, Marwan Mosen, wow. I mean, last season, he was really good. He was another, again, free agent that we picked up, and he did very well. But I think I've only given him, like, this could be, like, I don't know, 1 of 5, and I can't believe that the CPU didn't put that in the back of the net. Incredible stuff, but a good sliding tackle. They're still moving it around, and in the 90th minute with a chance, bicycle kick, maybe to have put them level and to have gotten a point. He couldn't do it, and we ended up winning the first game of this episode, 1-0. You can see there Carl Davis getting man of the match, but who was my man of the match? The votes. I gave 1 vote to Filippo Boniperti, so he's obviously doing quite well in the votes. I gave 2 votes to Carl Davis. He again is doing well in the votes, and guess what? Not making his debut, but having a great game and scoring, of course, our only goal, Tony Vilena. And you can see there Luke Shaw, so Tony Vilena gets 3 votes, and you can see Luke Shaw is, ever since I brought in Loris Benito and Matthias Johansson, I know Johansson's a right back, but I think it's more mainly on Benito. He's feeling a little bit threatened. So that's the first time I've ever actually had a player in this career mode feel threatened, and I don't want Luke Shaw to feel threatened because he is the starter. I mean, I got Benito as a little bit of a, you know, I've got 2 pretty good left backs. I've got 3 pretty good left backs actually. I've got Shaw, I've got Palois, who can play as a left back and a right back. And I've also got, hang on a sec, Roas with a shot and just going wide. And we are playing Blackpool in the FA Cup, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, oh my word. And a tremendous through ball and a tremendous touch will just allow Grandin, or whatever his name is, to just go straight on and go in on John Irvine. And yes, John Irvine I decided to give a game to. I don't know why. I feel like John Irvine, probably maybe he can play cup games and Carl Davis can play during the season. And have a look at that. After conceding a goal, we get it right back. Before halftime, Marcelo Jr. getting a game, a starting 11 role, and putting in a header. So that's pretty good. Marcelo Jr., I think I remember, I recall him being a relatively good player at putting in headers from corners. But look at this, Benzia, very well, brilliant control, and just literally ran in all alone, and then with a quick turn, freed up some space, and that's 17 goals in all competitions. We take the lead, 70th minute, and right again, Benzia in the thick of it, doing extremely well. Through ball into Murray. His man on him, slide tackles, tried to get the ball, missed, and so did Murray. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to punish them for that. And then comes Tom Ince, or Thomas Ince, or whatever it is. But I know he's meant to be a pretty good player, but we'll see we'll see if he does anything. And have a look at this. Have a look at this. I can't believe it. I mean, we all do it, but I think I don't like bombing it down. I like passing to a centre-back and then passing it to another centre-back. And what my plan was, I mean, I passed it to someone who was instantaneously put under pressure, and I was trying to pass it back to another one, and then he ran forward and fucked it up, and Blackpool got the ball back, got the goal. But Eccleston from the free kick and into Delafeu with the header. Tremendous stuff. Ridiculous. You put me against the wall like that, and I will get it back. And I was extremely motivated after I had won the game, and then I fucking gave it away, and then I go and get that. And obviously you can tell I showed the replay, straight from the replay to the goal. So, you know, just in case if there's any funny business, you know I didn't alter with sliders or anything like that. But 90th minute, we concede. 90th minute, we get it back. And in the first half, 45th minute, we concede. 45th minute, we get it back. So it's crazy. And Yassine Benzia was our man of the match according to FIFA 13. But was he my man of the match? I gave 1 to Marcelo Jr., 2 to Ben Eccleston, and 3-2. We have a mutual winner. It is Yassine Benzia. And you can see here we've also got our Fabio Milan, Italian scout. I, of course, sent him away to Italy to have a look at a few players. And so far, he hasn't really come through. We've got one player who's looking like he'll be okay, and that's Angelo Ramisi. And the funny thing is, Angelo Ramisi is actually like 5'3", which is, I don't know, about 140 something centimeters, so he's a fucking midget. And yeah, and it's going to be kind of funny. I know he's meant to be only 15 years of age, but do players actually grow in the game? Like, will they grow? That's one thing. And you can see there, we can see it, unfortunately. Adamoa ended up getting the goal against us, so that's no good. Back in the championship, by the way. So yeah, unfortunately. And Baldock's getting a big through ball whacked. He's got Keane in front of him. Gets around Keane with a cross. Did tremendously well from RK. Not very good from Shaw. And a ridiculous goal from, I don't know, Scoos or whatever. We're going to get a replay of that. I mean, it's a shame I didn't score that because that's a goal of the season. Shaw, I hit the B button. I wanted him to clear it with his fucking boot and just get it out of there. But instead, he decided to do it with his head. And it went right to one of the other players. And obviously, while I would have liked to have not conceded that goal, it was still a really fucking good goal. So I'm not all too fussed about it. But Bonnie Perty now on 45th minute, going into stoppage time with a chance to get one back, gets through, and then it's a second save again from their keeper, who had been doing very well, and we couldn't win the header. And we go into halftime at 2-0, so that's not what you want to do against Bristol City. And yeah, there was not an awful lot of chances in the second half. You can tell we're actually already in the 88th minute, but this through ball in Delafeu was the best of the lot of them, and he fucked it up as well. It was just not my day. Any shot on target was being saved by the keeper. He was having one of those games, and it was a 2-0 loss. So, and yeah, coming out of the January transfer window, that's our first loss. So that's unfortunately not really what you want, but still we got to give out votes. And of course, you can see there my highest rated player being Nathan Ake with 7.5 means that it pretty much explains how well my players played in that game. But Murray gets 1 vote, Johansson gets 2 votes, and of course, Nathan Ake getting the 3 votes. And now, this would be a pretty good game, back in the championship, and we've got a game against Leicester City. Yes, it's fucking Leicester City, not Leicester or something like that. It's Leicester City. I don't know if it's just my accent or if for some reason people call it Leicester City, even though it's not spelled that way, or just whatever. But it's 2v4, so this is a top-of-the-table clash, and again, we obviously want to, of course, at least get into a playoff scenario. And you can see here, Roas all alone, and with the pace and with the control to get it under and have a shot. He just was left alone, terrible defending, and we ended up getting a very early goal in the 6th minute. But Leicester City back on the ball, going into King, going into James. James alone, and just going wide. But I think Carl Davis might have had it covered, so good stuff from him. And yeah, there you go. That was it. That was pretty much all the chances in that game. So, or in that half, should I say. So, anyway, Edwards was playing this game. Good movement. Toko lifting the ball up into Benito, who kept on running. And Kasper Schmeichel, I think. Yeah, Kasper Schmeichel did very, very well to stop that ball. And what can you do? But Eccleston whipping in another one. And not on the head of it. Roas, not to be, going wide again. Again, I think Kasper Schmeichel had it covered. I decided to make a few substitutions. Delafeu and Bonnie Perty coming into the game, of course. We were playing a lot of games back-to-back, and my guys were quite tired, so I brought them in. They didn't have much of an impact, though, because have a look at this. We bounced back from a loss and ended up getting a win. And Mara Gandolfi getting a 9.8 rating, so that's pretty good. But my votes, I'm going to give 1 to Carl, well, not to Carl, to Craig Edwards, because, yeah, Craig Edwards, while he didn't score a goal, had a pretty good offensive input. And, of course, Mara Gandolfi will get 2 votes, and my 3 votes go to Nicholas Barcroft. So, yep. They're the votes, and that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. We're really charging on through. Of course, you can see I pretty much covered around about a month already in 1 episode, so that's pretty good. Hopefully, we'll wrap up this season, and hopefully, we'll be in the Barclays Premier League in maybe 4 or 5 more episodes. Only time will tell. But, guys, thank you for watching. I'm your host, Game of the Masterbucks. We've got an FA Cup game against Swindon Town. Get ready for it. Let's hit your target. And, guys, your target for today is, yet again, just a measly 1,000 likes. Super easy. You guys have got it, and, yeah. Hope you have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.